Uh-oh. Are we live? Are we live on the internet? Let me see. Let me check all the Farcaster. YouTube. I have subscribers. Why would anybody subscribe? Like, subscribe. YouTube. Oh yeah, we are live. One of my friends wanted the link. There it goes. Okay. What's up, Simple Waters? We want Phoenix OS. Phoenix phone. Good idea. Where are the chats? Where are the chats? Hold on. Somebody's bugging me. Turn this D&D. Okay. Hold on. I'm still trying to figure out how this program works. I'll get started in about 2 more minutes. I guess I could do it over here. Whoop. Let's see. There's supposed to be this chat window in this program, so I can see all of the chat across all of the places I'm streaming. But I do not see it. Window. Camera, interview. Maybe it's not in here. I'll have to figure that out later. Wagwan. What is going on? I don't see it. I'll figure this out later. I can see some of the chat right now. Let's see. Enable chat with eCam. Over here doing troubleshooting. I should have figured this out before. Okay, yeah, for some reason it's not turned on. I don't know why, but I'll figure it out later. All right, we got 32 people watching. So I'm going to kick it off and kind of just give a little intro to what we've been working on, and then give you guys a little demo, then do a little Q&A. I think my chats are broken on X right now. I don't know why, but I'll fix it for the next stream. Oh, wait, what does this button do? Oh. Who turned that off? Oh, well, that's probably not going to fix anything right now. Okay, I don't know what this is. All right, anyways. Something weird happens. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over, kind of give you a high-level overview of what we've been building at Superdapp. And then I'm going to give you a quick demo of the progress that we've made and give you a little bit of a timeline on when we're trying to release this out to some people. And so that's pretty much it. So the idea behind Superdapp is pretty straightforward. The concept is that I've been in crypto for a little while now, and I think there are lots of really cool apps for doing a lot of different stuff in crypto. Lots of cool dApps also for doing a lot of cool stuff in crypto. You can do things like launch meme coins, you can lend, you can borrow, you can stake, you can mine, you can do leverage plays, you can do a lot of things that are financialized. You can create community tokens, reward tokens, all types of stuff. And one of the things that I've found as I've been in crypto for a while is that the longer you're in crypto, the more you realize that there's just more dApps popping up, more applications to try, more coins launching, and it's really hard to kind of get a grasp on everything. And so what we're trying to do with Superdapp is build this one-stop hub where you can access the best, safest protocols as an entry point into crypto. When I got started in crypto, I would say really when I started on-ramping other people, which was around 2016, I literally had my friends send me money. They wrote a check, gave me money, and then I invested their money and then paid them back like 6 months later. And I think right now we have the tools to make it easy for somebody to try crypto at a very, kind of like safe level, not safe, but just without having to put a lot of skin in the game. You can try crypto today, get involved, and not have to, jump through thousands of hoops and still maintain what I think are some of the most key fundamental pieces of crypto, which is that you have self-custody of your assets. So you basically hold your own keys, and you also have access to be able to use some of these more complex products. Like, if you wanted to use something like Polymarket, well, you can't use that in the US, but if you wanted to use Polymarket or, figure out how to do yield farming or figure out how to collect reward tokens from yield farming as well. So what we're trying to do is basically bring all of these different concepts in crypto into one simple, easy to use app. And so I'm going to switch my screen here and show you where we are right now. Oops. Okay, cool. So this is the login page for Superdapp. You can go in and create an account, but I already have an account, and this is still pretty bare bones. We're going to definitely make some changes to this to make it better, but I already have an account. So what I'm going to do is just sign in. And what we do is we use Face ID. So the types of wallets that we use are called multi-party computation wallets, or MPC wallet. And what that does is it allows you to have your private key on your device as well as part of your private key on another server. And what that does is it allows for this concept that we call progressive disclosure. So you don't have to basically write down a seed phrase and do all of the stuff that you would have to do, back in, let's say, 2016 or 2017 to create a wallet. You can basically create a wallet with very low effort, basically with just an email and using the PIN. And that will create a private key on your phone in the secure enclave, as well as having a secondary part of your private key. So think of it like having two keys, like when you watch those videos where they have like two keys and they have to, launch the nuke. It's basically like that. You have one in your self-custody, and then there's a server that has the other half of it. And what that is used for is for basically signing transactions and doing stuff like that. So the reason that's good is that at any point in time, you can say, hey, I want to take full custody of the other part of the key. And once you have, got enough value, you can basically remove the other party from the risk, right? And then you can have full custody, and then you can sign all of your transactions without having a third party. But it allows you to get started in a very low risk way. So this is my test wallet here that's on mainnet. And so I'm going to just go through the interface and show you what we have. So right now what we have is a list of what we call token sets. Now, a token set can be a lot of different things. It can be a coin. So at the top, you've got USDC, and that's actually on base. It can be Ethereum. It can be a stake. It can be a mining. It can be any type of asset. It can be a poly market bet. It can be a yield farm. It can be a balancer pool. It can be a morpho loan. Any of these types of things can be represented in a token set. And the token set has inputs, so tokens that come in, and it has outputs, so tokens that come out. And so in this example here, USDC is a token set. It just has a coin in there. ETH is a token set. It just has a coin in there. And then this OS ETH, which is staked ETH, which used to be Lido, is it's a token set where I've put some Lido in and I'm earning yield on that Lido. Now, the idea is that you can go in and click on this token set, the stake, and it basically gives you what we call token actions. So you're starting to see this in lots of wallets where they're letting you actually take actions on the protocols directly from the application. And we think that's actually it's a very novel idea because realistically, you don't actually have to go to the Lido website to use Lido. You can just call the contract from the command line or call the contract from Etherscan. Any of these places that have access to write and read from the blockchain and write to the blockchain can technically call the contract. So what we're doing is we're trying to wrap up all of these complex notions into a very simple to use interface. Now, where you're really seeing this take off right now in crypto is around what we usually see, which is swapping, right? So if you wanted to if you have ETH, right, and you wanted to do a swap, there's so many swap interfaces, right? So let's say I want to swap $50 of ETH and I want to swap it into Phoenix because everybody loves Phoenix. And so this is a very simple interface. You put in how much you want to swap and what you want to swap into, and then you would click the swap button, and then the transaction gets signed and it gets sent off. Now, this isn't fully hooked up. We're actually hooking this up this week, but this would basically go to a DEX or an aggregator, find the best price, find the best route, and then swap over the tokens. And this can use any one of the back-end liquidity providers because what we care about is the best order execution and the best liquidity for the user, not necessarily a specific protocol that, may or may not be better than another one, or somebody has bags in one thing or another. So this is like very simple interface for swapping. We also have a sending interface, right? So this is like, let's say you want to send somebody, $50 in ETH. You would say, I'm going to send it to Vitalik, right? And so you could just basically do that. And it's a very easy way to send money from one person to another. Now, one of the things you'll probably notice is that everything in here is denominated in fiat numbers, not in crypto numbers. So if I switch this is how much ETH that you actually have, that you're actually sending, which is the equivalent of $50, whatever the price is right now. And we're actually using the dollar amount because we're trying to onboard new people, and new people are very familiar with a dollar number. They're not very familiar with, 0.022 ETH as that being $50, right? So we're trying to be very deliberate about making this easy for people to wrap their heads around. And so this is just an example of a send. Also, receiving is another token action, right? So this is an address, I think this is my address. Yeah. So if you scan this QR code and send tokens here, it would go to my wallet and they would basically show up in this screen right here. Right. So please don't do that right now. I know somebody's going to mess around with me, but don't do that. So we have this really cool animation here that you can see, whereas you tap around, and the app has full haptic feedback and everything. So it's very responsive visually as well as physically. And then we have this other piece, which is the earn tab. And this is really what we're trying to start off with, which is how to show people how to earn in crypto, right? So you can basically say, I want to take $50 again, and you can select a protocol. So let's say I want to earn on Lido, right? And you can select an end date or not, if you don't want one. And then you can basically click earn. And what would happen is if you click earn through this user interface, you would basically have a Lido stake where your $50 is earning. And hopefully by next week, we should have a live demo where you can actually just do this live and show you how it works. But you would basically be earning live in the platform. So you don't have to go to a website or check anything else out. You can just do it right here. And then what's cool is we have a projection screen. So you can click on the top balance piece and you can see your portfolio. And what we do here is we allow you to actually teleport into the future and see how your Lido earnings are doing as you go further out into the future, right? So we're thinking about this in a long-term view where you can see into the future how well or how poorly, your stakes and all of your loans and lending, your deposits are doing. So it's a really simple interface for you to basically look into the future, see how things are doing, and then, make decisions based on that. The other thing you'll notice at the top is that we really break things down into some simple columns or categories, right? We say you've got cash, which is basically all of your liquid tokens. You've got savings, which we classify savings as your deposits. So if you're like mining something, or if you've got something that is staked, or if you've got some deposits, that you're lending out and earning yield on them, those would be classified there. And then we also have earnings, which is the amount that you're actually earning in yield or mining or whatever the protocol is that's paying you back. Maybe you're actually earning in, you've done an LP and you're farming. If you're earning on that farming, that would fall into the earning category. So that's pretty much this user interface. And one cool thing I always like to show people is I have a Vitalik's account that I'm watching. So I'll just reload this and show Vitalik's ball-in balance. So this is Vitalik. He's got all these tokens. He's got a bunch of stuff in his wallet. Now, these are all across multiple chains. So we really want to be chain agnostic. So we're starting with about 10 EVMs. They're the 10 EVMs that the protocol that I launched Phoenix with. We're using a lot of those EVMs to kick off with. And then we are going to add Solana pretty soon after that. But you can see Vitalik has a lot of stuff in his wallet. He's got some DGen, USDC, USDBC. I think that's Base. Oh, yeah, Base. He's got Moxie, Anon, Coinbase, BTC. So he's got a bunch of stuff in here, right? And so what you can see is that he can basically, let's say he wants to earn on his wrapped ether. He can just click on the wrapped ether. Oh, well, you can't do it with wrapped ETH yet. We got to enable that. But let's say he wants to earn on his ETH, right? He can click on his ETH and then say, I want to earn. And he can say, I want to put $1 million into, Morpho, and then click earn. And then he'll start earning yield on his $1 million immediately, right? So it's really, really low friction. And that's kind of what we're going for as we're trying to design this product and really make it easy for people to use. And again, we're just starting off with this earning concept as a token action, but we want to use a ton of other ideas. So we want to basically be able to have, like, for example, let's say there's like a poly market, one of these things you can click on, right? If you click on Poly Market, you can say like, hey, I want a Poly Market, I want to create a bet, or maybe there's like a Poly Market like betting search thing where you can go search for other bets and say, I want to place a bet on this. And you could just click on it and place a bet. Or let's say you want to earn via LP. You can click on, wrapped ETH and then maybe say I want to earn with LP, and you would select another token that you want to pair together and deposit that in an LP. And then maybe you want to yield farm off of that. So then you could click on that LP pair and then say, I want to yield farm off of this now. And so we want to make it very easy so that all of these actions that you see down here are very straightforward. And it really removes a lot of the complexity of going to different dApps, different websites, having to worry about your private keys and everything. Everything's just all bundled in here. And so this is kind of how we've been thinking about it. Oh, also, this is funny. This is actually in what we call pro mode, which actually shows you the balances in the tokens. We have this very simple mode, which is actually how it starts off. So all you see is token, name, and then price. You don't see anything else, and everything's in USD. You don't really see a lot of crypto when you're interacting with this. So so that's pretty much it. And like I said, we really want to, sorry, one more thing. We have this buy button, right? And so what we're trying to do is make it super easy for people to fiat or to on-ramp via some protocol. So I think, in my opinion, this is probably the last thing that we need to fix in crypto, which is getting money in without like KYC, KYB or whatever. So let's say you want to put in $500 and let's just do it through Coinbase, but we have different options, right? You can use Coinbase. We've integrated Stripe and we've also integrated MoonPay. So you'll say Coinbase, you click buy. it basically takes you to the Coinbase on-ramp. And then if you have a Coinbase account, you can log in, fill out this information, or pay with Apple Pay, right? And so that money will be deposited straight into your the account that's loaded, which is we just defaulted to your default account, right? And it'll just load that right in. So that's it. That's pretty much what we've got so far. And like I said, we're in the process right now where we're connecting all of the signing parts of the product and everything in the back end. So hopefully in like a few weeks, we should be able to have this out in a more public test flight and people will be able to give us some good feedback. So let me switch back to my screen here. And let me check out these comments. Everybody flaming me. Let's see what we got over here. All right. If there's comments on X, I can't see them. So unfortunately. How are his glasses staying on? Yeah, you guys are funny. Wait, is this? Okay, this is good. All right, I don't see too many questions. I'm sure there's questions coming in on X, but I don't know how to check those. Let me see if I can see them on here. If I click on this, is this going to be too many questions? I'm sure there's. What is this? This is a chat? Okay, I see the chat. I just joined the chat on X. But it's not loading anything. Yeah, there's somebody asked about 10 EVMs. So yeah, we're starting with 10 EVMs. And we want to incorporate as many as possible. I think there are lots of interesting communities on lots of interesting chains, and we're not really maximalists, I would say, about anything. So, if you've got a community and you guys want access to having a simpler crypto experience, we definitely want to help enable that. Let's see. All right, I don't see too many more questions. I need to figure out how my how this eCam thing works so I can see all the comments again. Because I used to be able to see a bunch of comments across all the platforms. All right, I don't see any more comments, so I'm going to take off. But really appreciate chatting with you guys and sharing what we've been building. And maybe I'll do a live stream next weekend. I guess, yeah, I'll probably try to do it next weekend, next Saturday. Show some progress. Hopefully we can do some basic sends. And like I said, we're working on integrating a new the Morpho lending protocol. Can we mint Zen from Superdapp? Yes, you will be able to. It's going to be in the earn section. So. All right, any more questions? I don't see any. All right, I am going to head out. Thanks for everybody giving feedback. And like I said, I'll be on X. If you want to follow, if you want to follow me on X. My handle is @JoeBlau. That's JoeBlau. And then I'm also at that same handle on Farcaster because I think I told people there that I'm going to be there. And so I'll be on Farcaster as well. And then if you want to get access to the product, we do have a wait list. I think there's like 11,500 people on the wait list right now. But if you go to superdapp.com and then you go to /waitlist, or if you just go to superdapp.com, there's a button for the wait list. You can hop on the wait list and we will start rolling people in after that. Let's see. No questions. Great work. Thanks for the update. Clean. All right. Perfect. Thank you. Awesome. All right. I'm going to head out. Hope everybody has a great Saturday. Hope everybody has a great weekend. And if you're in the future on the other side of the world, hope you have a great Sunday. All right. Catch you all later.